Welcome to the 8th Annual Indigent Defense Workshop. It's hard to believe that we had our first one 8 years ago in October of 2003. Do we have any folks here that were actually at our very first workshop? Raise your hands high. Thank you. And the folks that have raised their hands high, too, if you take a look at those individual jurisdictions, you've seen kind of some remarkable changes that have happened. We have this program for one reason, and that's to really help county government put in place the best indigent defense system that you can do. You've heard before, we're here with the state, we're here to help. Well, we really take that seriously. The mantra that the board has set from the inception is that we need to be the experts in helping county government succeed in delivering high-quality indigent defense services. We know that takes money. We know that the costs have doubled. You're going to hear from Jim Allison a little bit later on some of the true financial struggles. And we have county commissioners, county judges, others who see the county budget. So we do have a serious situation on funding. Funding is absolutely needed. However, not everything requires funding. And we've got a wealth of talent in this room. We're here for the next 12 hours, day and a half of training. We've got the champion of indigent defense who's been in all 50 states and a number of the territories, Mr. Bob Spangenberg. He's been with us since the inception of the program. Heck, he's the one who drafted the report that kind of shook the Texas legislature to say, hey, we need to do something about this. So we're absolutely honored that we kind of have the father and champion of indigent defense right here with us, Mr. Bob Spangenberg. Each year we've built and we've done new and different things with the workshop. In 2003, we had indigent defense coordinators. I don't believe there were any elected officials at that program in 2003. We were at the very beginning. We were trying to figure out what the heck this law meant, and we hit upon the basic requirements and things of that nature. Each year we built, let me see a show of hands. How many elected officials do we have here today? That's wonderful. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules, and I'm sure some of you are even up for election next Tuesday. For coming down here, it shows a tremendous commitment to that you believe in the Sixth Amendment and in our Texas laws. So for that, I thank you. And one of the things we've learned is when you have elected officials, and we have elected officials here, y'all are the ones that are able to go back and really implement meaningful change, and that's what it's all about. This year's focus is on how to improve the quality of representation, and we're going to look at performance measurement, and we're going to look at individual performance measurement, and we're going to look at systemic performance measurement and the role that standards play in that. And we're very fortunate to have two of the brightest minds from around the country, one from Detroit, Michigan, the other from San Mateo County, little community just south of San Francisco. We're honored to have them here. We're also honored that this year the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers was kind enough to co-sponsor this program with us. One of the screwy things the state has is when you put on a program, they do not allow you to buy food and beverages. Well, regardless of how good the substance of your program is, if you do not have good snacks, good coffee, good donuts, good cookies, and good Coke, you're going to get dinged in those evaluations that Terry told me to make sure that you fill out. So we have good cookies, good cookies, good apple, and we even have for the health conscious, Wesley Shackelford, where are you? He always gets mad when we have all this fattening stuff. So we also have apples. I don't know if we have any pears or bananas, but we do have apples for those that are health conscious. But as my friend Jim Newhart from Detroit, Michigan said, nobody's going to touch that, but at least it's a politically correct statement that you're making. So thank you, Jim, for the words of wisdom. With that, what I would like to do is turn it over to, we're honored to have the president of the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers here to welcome you. And more important than that distinguished title, he's a heck of a criminal defense lawyer in Harris County. So welcome, Mr. Lavine.
Thank you, Jim, and welcome. Thank you. Hopefully that applause was for Jim and not for me. I haven't done anything to deserve it. Y'all have. My congratulations and a shout out to Terry Tuttle, who has been working tirelessly to put this thing together. We wouldn't be here without her efforts. So all of you have a chance to thank her. Please do. A special thanks to Judge Cappy Cosper from Harris County, one of our more dedicated and finer criminal district court judges. NACDL has partnered with the Texas Task Force on Indigent Defense for a number of reasons. Probably the most important one is we believe in the Sixth Amendment. It's not just a numbered amendment. The Sixth Amendment requires competent, effective assistance of counsel. Not adequate counsel, Mary, with no disrespect to what she said. We're not interested in adequate counsel. We're not interested in sleeping counsel. We're not interested in get-by counsel. We support uncompromising counsel. We don't elevate efficiency over adequacy. And those of you who are elected officials, I know there's a funding issue involved here. But if we do not support an indigent defense program where we provide quality, competent, effective representation to those accused of crimes and the collateral consequences that occur to them years later, months later, years later, somewhere down the road in their life where they can't get an apartment, where they can't get federal funding, where they can't get student loans, where they can't go to school, where they can't rehabilitate themselves because they did not have competent counsel at the very beginning, their first touch with the criminal justice system, be that in a misdemeanor court, be that in a felony court, a juvenile court, a mental health court. It doesn't matter. Indigent defense is the most important touchstone that we have. The Sixth Amendment is the touchstone. It's not the capstone. It's the foundation of a good, competent, qualified program. NACDL has taken some innovative approaches. We are all about training and supporting whatever it is that you do. We have, in collaboration with the Innocence Network in Cincinnati coming up in April, the non-DNA wrongful conviction second verse will be held. We are resuming our Bring Your Own Case death penalty training. In collaboration with ABA, the Standing Committee on Legal Aid to Indigent Defense, ABA SCLAID, we are designing 4 training programs for the public and private bar, innovative training programs based on comprehensive needs analysis in a post-Padilla world. I'm sure everybody here knows what Padilla is. Supreme Court's decision of the most recent term talking about consequences of a plea. NACDL hosted a webinar, one of the first of its kind, webinar. No CLE was permitted for this, and no CLE was offered, but we had over 500 people call in because these lawyers wanted to know. They wanted to improve. They wanted to be prepared. They wanted to be effective. It's ongoing. It's on our NACDL website, and we're getting hits every single day where people who are in the pits all the time are actually trying to educate themselves. So I congratulate you, and I welcome you all here, and I'm here with Norman Reamer, our Executive Director, to help to answer questions, to support all of you, and to hopefully eat a few of those pieces of candy, because I can. Our next speaker is Bob Spangenberg, who is the founder of the Spangenberg Group. For over a quarter of a century, he has been the catalyst for reform. He has published over 100 reports and articles and studies on indigent defense. He has a passion for reform. He is dedicated to the Sixth Amendment. He received last year one of NACDL's highest awards, the Indigent Defense Award. We were proud to present it there with him. I actually think I got a picture of him with that. Cynthia Orr, one of our past presidents from San Antonio, presented to him. And he will start off the program with the substantive stuff. So welcome you all, and may the Sixth Amendment not just be a letter. Bob, come on up here. Thank you.